Janaka Kamalboda sir, Padmaja ma'am, the teachers and educators who are presented here today. I'm Fatima Ruznai Sabin and my team presenters Fatima Shaika, Rihana Naushad, Dilini Bhagya, Shafrina, Hiruni Kavindya, and Hamda. We would like to thank you in advance for your interest in this session. We hope what we are about to present to you will find interesting and informative. Today we are here to present the module 1, lecture 1, that is the capacity development, and myself going to do the explanation on STEAM in early childhood. STEAM was introduced in early 2000s and the term STEAM itself was coined later. First of all, we must understand that STEAM is not a separate subject, but an integrated approach to learn that fosters critical thinking, creativity, and problem solving skills. Here we can easily implement in early childhood. STEAM education in early childhood refers to learning that combines science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics in a developmentally appropriate way for young learners, typically between the age of 3 to 5 according to Sri Lankan curriculum. It emphasizes exploration, inquiry, hands-on experience, and creative problem solving to support the natural curiosity and cognitive development of young learners. Let me explain what the STEAM stands for. Science, technology, engineering, art, mathematics, and mathematics. STEAM education in early 2000s also supports the development of critical 21st century skills such as collaboration, communication, innovative, and resilience. STEAM education encourages children to observe, ask questions, make predictions, experiments, and reflect the core aspects of scientific thinking. And also, it's an approach of learning by asking questions like what, how, and these questions give them a strong foundation. We can create curious learners in future, intelligent, explorers, children who are creative and well of enthusiastic. How can we make a class fun by making them think? Okay, let's see. Let's ask a kid a question like whether the chicken or the chick has a belly button. Or we can ask a child whether the crocodile has a tongue. So these questions make them think, analyze, they analyze the answers, ask questions for themselves, and make them more curious. Thank you. And I'm passing the next session will be explained to you by our member Rihana.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Good evening, respected educators and my dear co-teachers. Today, I'm here excited to speak the very interesting topic, which is very close to my heart, science. Science through the lens of STEAM education that explore the young learners to the natural world and learn the fact in a most enjoying and successful way. When we talk about early childhood education, it's not about sitting still or memorizing the fact. It's about curiosity, questioning, and discovery. Have you ever noticed a toddler watching the raindrops through the window? Have you ever noticed a toddler poking his tiny little finger into mud to feel how does the mud feel like? So children are born scientists here. And when we talk about the instinct of adding science into STEAM education is merging this up through technology, engineering, the art, and mathematics. So let me take you to some beautiful hands-on exploration that we do practically in science session. The next slide, please. So here are my eco-friendly classroom activities for STEAM. Through science, you ask the children to bring a mineral water bottle, the empty mineral water bottle. You ask them to cut the top tire part with a very safe paper scissor. You help them to cut it and use it as a funnel for the same bottle. Help them to drive the measurements there in milliliter, whatever it required. Ask them on a day when it's raining or through the gutter to hold it and let them explore themselves the measurement, how they measure naturally. Don't just bring a bottle of water or a bucket of full of water and pour it and just ask them to value it. They don't remind it, they don't get in their life forever. So when you do these kind of tasks naturally, explore them naturally, they stay in mind them forever. And on another day, you ask them to bring some mung seed, we also call green gram or mustard seed, and ask them to grow it on cotton wool or soil, whatever form of activity. And there comes the Mother's Day, Father's Day. We can use it as a return gift. In between that, we can learn the exploration of life, growth of a seed through a cycle. And context exploration. Let children touch and explore the mud, stones, leaves, and water. This is the very important part. There used to be a saying says when your child is more good in sensory, he is very good in activities, in all other cognitive skill and holistic development. Ask them to bring the eco-friendly materials to the classroom, cotton wools, paper, sticks, other activities you needed in the classroom. You can write in a notebook, ask them to, notebook which you use to communicate with the parent, and ask them to bring the stuff to school, which is very reasonable. Make it a life cycle of butterfly so they will understand. Children love when certain things are attractive, which is connected to the nature. And next slide, please. Sensory nature play. This is one of a beautiful activity. So this is focusing on touching, sound, and feeling from nature. So we all think we take the children out for a picnic, a field trip. So when we take children for a field trip, it should be useful. So we ask them to run in a garden or in an area in a sort of place. It can be even out of classroom outdoor activity. You use a blindfold, ask them to touch the tree. You take all the children to different places. It can be a chair, it can be sand, it can be soil, it can be a chorus wall. Ask them to touch it, feel it, and how does it feel like? They have to tell, I am touching a tree which is rough, and I feel the chorus nature of the tree. I'm touching the sound, I feel it's so muddy. And I'm touching a wall or a marble tile, it's so cold. So they learn through their senses. And garden treasure hunt asks them to collect stones, leaves, paper, and seed during their garden walk. One of the most beautiful, interesting part we did in my childhood was we had a lot of jack trees out of my classroom, out of my kindergarten school. My teachers took all of us after the lunch break to out of the classroom. We collected beautiful jack leaves from various colors. It varies from green, light green, brown, orange, and different colors. And we took ecal. We in ecal is something we get in between from a coconut leaves. We broke it into little tiny pieces. We made a crown out of it. And the girls had the long hair taily part. So it was interesting. It was like um, back in 10, no, I can't count the years, but still it's in my mind. This is what the kindergarten teachers change the life of children. This is a saying. And next slide, please. Ms. Shahika, next slide, please. Okay. Speech and observation support. I think slide is gone. Yeah, thank you. Speech and observation support practice listening, speaking, walking, and teacher guidance. So we also call this some circle time, carpet time, or whatever. This is the most interesting part. This is not about, however, finishing a page. I'm going to finish this page. This is in my syllabus. No, it doesn't going to work. You ask the children to be in a circle. Yeah, the children come from different backgrounds, from a joint family, nuclear family, from a various family background. So when they come to a classroom, we see them as equal, but not their mindset. They're still small children. They're still small blooming flowers. So there can be slow bloomers, there can be fast bloomers, but still they are blooming. So the teacher should be someone who is close and could speak something and whatever they can speak. So you ask the children, you explain the story, they speak what their memory says. They say, I was coming to school today by a bus and suddenly I got a flower from upstairs. I thought it's from this curtain. The child speaks. That's how its memory works. It is the cognitive skill that happen naturally in their mind. Development monitoring, observe milestone, inform parents when needed. So this is not a small part. We can talk a topic about this part in neurodiversity session. So, in schools, they have special education need teachers, inclusive group, and many other learning assistant, learning support assistant known as LSAs. So, you take a set of children, it can be into various other things. There are different nuclear diversity like ADHD and all those parts that is different. So, when you take about a classroom, there are bright student, average student, poor student, medium student, fair student, a different type of student. It's a domain you see there. So, a teacher who is developing, seeing how a child speak, how the child behave, how the child understand a question. That's why when we have a set of questions for other grades, the first question is connected to second, the second question is connected to third. In structured, we see. But not in, when we need to come about early childhood, it's not about sitting still or memorizing fact. It's about discovery again and again. It's about curiosity and questioning. So we mark here the milestone. And there comes the picture walk, okay? Picture talk, sorry. So you ask again, the children come in a circle, in a C shape. You the pace, the picture talk on the board, it's about nature. You ask, how does the weather feel? Is it spring? Is it autumn? So the child see the flowers are blooming, they say it's spring. When the clouds are gloomy, they say it's gonna rain. So that's how we speak. And these all part doesn't only develop a child cognitively or in sensory part, it's about holistic development in child, and it change various impact in their life forever in other grades as well. So I hope this will change many part of the other activities instanting with other technology, engineering, art, and mathematics. So thank you so much. The other co-teacher will take over the next part. Thank you.
Thank you, Rihana. Today I'm Hiruni. Today I'm going to talk about the T in STEAM technology. Technology refers to the uses of digital tools, devices, support learning and development. This can include tablets, educational apps, online resources that enhance engagement and encourage ways of thinking. How do we teach to children how a plant grows using to technology? We can use YouTube videos. Show children step by step how a plant grows. By watching the plant growth video, they can explain them that the plant first grows from a seed. Seed get water, oxygen, warmth. It begins to grow. The seed breaks open and tiny roots grow down into the soil. We can bring a leaf from a tree and show it to the children and ask them what color it is. We can give some variety of seeds to give children touching, and also use the internet to give children math activities using technology. And also we can teach them the poem I Am a Tree. and show them that tree has the leaves, flowers, roots, these things using our fingers. We can also teach children how to code using symbolic records. For example, using symbol. The star can be used to indicate stop now. Girls, boy image, and also cloud with water drops can be used to indicate rain. Coding example for scratch. Thank you. Next partner.
Thank you, Hiruni. So now here I'm going to talk about the engineering part. I'm Dilini. So engineering in STEAM education. It's focused on using the engineering design process to solve problems. Right? Okay. So in preschools, in early childhood education, engineering isn't about involving complex ideas like machines or blueprints. So young children already are engineers. So our job as a teacher, our job is to give them the space and the opportunity and guidance them to explore. So we use kind of a kid-friendly version of engineering design process. What is that? Ask questions. What is the problem? And then imagine what are some ways to solve it. And then again the next process is planning. What do we need? What do we need to do this? How to solve this problem? What are the things we need? Then with the create. Let's build it. And after that, improve. Can we make it better? Like that. This process helps children to develop critical thinking, resilience, and the creativity. So in early childhood education, in this team, in classrooms, we can do these activities like block play, Legos, those kind of things. So we can include STEAM education, um, engineering part in our daily lesson. So let's take an example. Build a bridge with the blocks for toy animal. So in this part, we can ask children to build a bridge for a toy animal. So it helps them to improve their engineering knowledge. And again, another example is after reading the Three Little Pigs, we can ask them to design a house that doesn't blow, that won't blow down. So the next one, we can use cardboard tubes to create marble run. So when they creating those toys, those simple things, so it can lead them to be a engineering, how to design. And after that, we can create a chair for Goldilocks that won't break. After we recite that poem, after we narrate the story, we can ask them to design the chair that won't break. So these are like fun, playful way to introduce engineering to our STEAM education, our early childhood education. So engineering in early childhood education helps children to build confidence, practice teamwork, and strengthen their fine motor skills and learn from mistakes. And also feel proud of their creations, the confidence. So when children explore and build, they are not just playing. So they are learning how to think like engineers. As teachers, we have to implement this engineering part for our day-to-day lessons as a STEAM lesson. Okay, thank you very much. And my co-teacher will explain the art part.
Thank you, Dilin teacher. Art. What is art? Art is a fun and creative activity where children use colors, shapes, and materials to express themselves and explore their imagination. Colors. Identify the primary colors. Red, yellow, blue. We can ask our children, which thing are yellow? Lemon, banana, sun. What is this color red? Then the children, we want to ask the children, which thing a red apple, watermelon, like that. We want to give the example. What is this color? Blue. Then we ask children, which color are blue? Which things are blue? Sky, fish. Then the children will understand two things here. One thing is colors, and one thing is that color in things. Second thing is mixing color. How colors combine in activity. We can do it mixing color in a practical in our classroom. For I will tell example. Look, when we mix red and yellow, it becomes orange. Orange like carrot. Then the children will understand this is orange, and the orange color is carrot. Sorry. Shapes. Recognize shape. Help children identify name and basic shapes like circle, square, triangle, rectangle. These every shapes we can teach our children in the classroom. What is this circle? Example, we want to tell circle is wall clock. Square. What is this square? Window is square. And triangle. What is this triangle? Roof corner or sandwich is square. Sorry, triangle. This is rectangle. What is this rectangle? This is like this activity make learning fun and help children connected shapes with real life lines, straight, wavy, zigzag. We will use crayons to draw different types lines. Then the children will learn about straight, wavy, zigzag lines. Next thing is texture, touch and feel. Help children explore and identify different textures using touch and feel. Example, sandpaper, doormat, smooth, metal spoon, glass, plastic plate, bumpy, orange peel, bubble wrap. This is included in the science part. Natural art. Use flowers, twigs, or grass for more varieties. Go outside and collect leaves of different shapes and sizes. Dip the leaves in paint, press them onto paper to make colorful leaf prints. Animal art. Children create animal mask or picture of the animal from the story using paper plate, paint, and craft materials. Example, the jungle party. There are a lot of many characters: lion, elephant, peacock, zebra. We like that we want to create in our classroom. Ask children to create like this and retell the story using their animal art or act like the animal they made. There are build creativity and imagination, encourage listening and storytelling skills are development. Next thing is vegetable art, cabbage printing. We will cut the base of a cabbage, dip it in red paint, and stamp it on a paper. It will look like a rose. Thank you. Now I will hand over to the next teacher.
Okay, thank you. How we can include maths in STEM? If you have any idea about it, can you have? Okay. Maths is the foundation for the science, technology, and engineering. It is work in generally use the STEM to find pattern in data. This pattern can be used to rest relationship, draw general conclusion about the data, and model the real world. So we have to think this maths is not only number. It is about amount. So we want to teach about amount, not just numbers. We always want to teach for the children about the amount, not only numbers. So we can use lots of activity to it. We can use button, tone separating. We can rise and button separating. We can divide these buttons to equal size and color. Now I have a lot of things in my hand, but I can't show you that one because my camera is not on. We can use something for teach them to the amount of the maths, not only number. We are writing number, it is the boring for the children. So we always want to give some activity for them. Then only they can understand what is this number, what is this amount. So we can ask the kids to bring some stone, 3 stone or any 4 flower, like that we can use some numbers for them. Then, okay, I think I'm visible now. You can see here, we can use button and stone separating. You can use this button and stone separating for, you can use these colors. So not only maths, we can cross here art, here colors. We can tell them, you can use and you can separate with color, use the color. And then you can tell them to ask them to separate this one with sides. So we can cross here art also. Otherwise, you can use like these things. So they are loud, the colorful things. Then you can tell this is one, this is how one. Then if you cut that one, it is half. So you can show like this activity. So they like and they love to do like this activity. Then they're very familiar with maths. Otherwise, you can use like this. Can you see? Like this patterns. So they color. Then you can ask here, how many blue? 1, 2, 3. They can count. Then you can ask to make this pattern. So you can understand, we can use maths with arts. So very interesting that one then after. Otherwise, we can compare their class maths. Class friends, you are the shorter, you are the longer. Then you can use like that. You can use the friends compare. You can use the friends and themselves, they will be compare. Then after, it is very familiar for them. Always we want to use familiar things. Then they can understand that one very easily. Next slide, please. Yes. Now you can see in there one kid, one child, she is collecting things. What is that? It is not a bubbles. What is that? What that? That is a soya. That is familiar now, that one very much. So they are take that soya and they are making a chain. So they are counting and they are putting that one counting. Then they are counting, they are playing. Then after they are wearing. Now we have crossed the art. Other one you can see they have the puzzles, number dots puzzles. They are using the number and dots. They are making together. They are playing, then they are learning. So that is the STEM method education. We have to give them one active base, active method, and they want to know what is this. They want to do in their self. So maths is very easy. Always we have to give them to the in foundation level. We want to teach them in foundation. Then only they can learn what is this. Then after, all will be easy for them. Okay, thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Shahika Firdaus. I would like to start by asking, have you ever watched a 4 years old build something with blocks and say, okay, look, made a rocket. That's what STEAM is all about, right? Letting young children explore, imagine, and make sense of their world together, hands-on learning. Okay, now what is STEAM? STEAM means science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. It might sound big, right? But what I have learned is that even our youngest children are natural scientists and engineering. They ask questions, they explore, they break things to figure when it's them out. And that's exactly where STEAM begins. I had the chance to volunteer at Dreams of Academy, where we work with children through hands-on experience under the Dreams of Women program. We create STEAM experience, especially for girls, and let me tell you, it's amazing because what kids come up with when we let them explore. One little girl was playing with paper and stick. She built something and said, "This is a fan. It should help my brother when it's hot." She didn't know she was engineering, but that's exactly what she doing. She identified the problem and designed a solution. So, what are the key benefits of introducing STEAM early? You can see in my slide creativity, teamwork, exploration, problem solving, preparation. So, first, it boosts creative things. Instead of giving children one correct answer, we give them space to imagine and innovate. We can't push them, we can't say stop, you can't You can say, because we are teachers, we have the patience to handle, and we have to give the space to imagine and innovate. Second, it supports critical thinking. When something doesn't work, they try again. That process of trial and error builds resilience. Third one, it encourages collaboration. Many activities are done in pairs of group, which means they learn to share ideas, take turns, and solve problems together. At Dream Space, we had a group of young children build bridge with paper straw. Sometimes they collapsed, they stood, but the energy and the teamwork they showed was very important and the final project. Finally, STEAM builds confidence. Children begin to see themselves as capable. They don't wait for answers, they explore them. So let's include STEAM not just in special classes but during play, story time, nature walk. Because when we do, we help children grow as curious, capable, and confident learners. Thank you. Over to the next person.
Thank you, Sahika. So we have come to the end of this lesson. So I'm going to do the summary of the module 1 in introduction session 1. Am I audible to you?
Yeah, you are.
Okay. So, in this session, we talk about what is STEM. What does stand for? So S is for science, T so technology, E for engineering, A for art, and M for mathematics. So from this lecture, we learned about lot of activities for LKG kids and for the UKG kids. So they have to be different activities for different ages. So, but Nadia ma'am have gave us lot of ideas for do these activities. So, in this lesson, we learn why STEM is important. So, actually, it encourages critical thinking and creativity. If- if- and also, it promotes problem solving and innovation. And the other thing is make learning fun and relevant. So when we implement these STEAM activities for our lessons, children is improve lot of from these things. Then we'll see what are the things students gain from the STEM. When we implement these STEM activities, what are the advantages they get? Critical thinking and teamwork, hands-on learning, creative expressions, real-world problem solving. By doing these things, by doing STEM activities, students gain these kind of things. So STEM covers 5 interconnected disciplines. So it applies both inside and outside classroom activities. And it boosts engagement, innovation, and practical skills. So at the end of this, we can say STEM emphasize physical, psychomotor development, cognitive development, social, emotional, ethical development, cultural, artistic development, development of communication in early language, literacy, and numeracy. So that is the end of this lecture one. So I think you get the idea about what is STEM and why it is important, and what are the advantages students get from STEM education. Thank you.
So high I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through.